Welcome back to the channel, Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and today we're taking a look at the Christmas Battleforce for the Stormcast Eternals, Thunderstrike Spearhead. And this is for Age of Sigmar for Warhammer. If you're new to the channel, make sure to like and subscribe for daily reactions, reviews, news, painting, modeling, conversion tutorials for Warhammer 40,000, Kill Team Necromunda, Age of Sigmar, warcry, and Horus Heresy. Pretty much all the GW games. So here we have the Thunderstrike Spearhead. We're going to go through here and just break it down, take a look at if you were starting an army, would this be a good place to start? If you were expanding an army, would you want this, or what would you want to go along with this? And then obviously viability in game terms as well. We're not going to be talking about the points in this video, but we do have another series of videos for 40k and Sigmar breaking down all of these savings. But most of them are around like 30 to 40% discount. So if you're going to use the majority of the units or you're interested in a particular army, they are all an excellent deal. Alright, so starting in this set here, we have in the center your leader, the Knight Relictor. We have 3 of the Annihilators, the big guys with hammers in the top left. We have 10 Vanquishers and 10 Vigilers. And then finally we have 2 of the Stormdrake Guards, little Dragon Riders. Alright, so just taking a look here, the Relictor. He's going to be the leader of your army, 120 points for the Relictor. And then we have the Annihilators. This is the full kit for the Annihilators, so you can build them as shown in the pictures with the double-handed hammers, or you can build them with the single hammer and shield. Depending which route you go, it's 180 points with the shield or 240 points without. And then we have next 10 Vanquishers, so 220 points for those. They can be fielded in squads of 5. So they're actually 110 points each, and you get 2 of them. And we also have 10 Vigilers. They are taken in units of 5, so it's actually 170 points for 5 or 340 for all 10 of them. And then finally we have the Stormdrake Guards. So they're 170 points if you take just 1 or 340 if you take 2. So we have a combined total of 1,200 to 1,260 points. So a very nice start for an army right there. You could easily trim this down, get it to be 1,000 points. You have a leader, you have 2 battle line units, so this would be a legal army right out of the gate. So that is pretty cool right there. 1,000 points right out of the gate with this box set. So next thing we're going to look at is your viability for using other boxes to expand, or expanding using this box to go along with your other boxes. So would I pick up multiples of this box? It's not necessarily that it would be bad to have multiples of this box, but the Stormcast range is the biggest one in all of, I think, 40k and Sigmar, but definitely Sigmar. So you have a ton of choices. So it seems like a mistake to buy 2 of this box, just because you'd be missing out on so many other cool choices. So I would have to say no to multiples of this box. What about the Start Collecting sets? So this is the Start Collecting Stormcast. It's the Stormstrike Brotherhood. This is a pretty nice set overall. Again, you get... Now, the only issue with this set is that these are all old sculpts, and all the other stuff that we're looking at today, everything in the new box, is all new sculpts. And it's not that the old sculpts are terrible or the new sculpts are like exponentially better. It's just that they don't necessarily look the best next to each other because they're so different. So these guys are a little more chunky, a little more like heavy and thick, as where the newer style is a little more slim, a little more like agile looking. So would this be a good box to go along with? Yeah, I think this is a pretty good box actually. The models in here are nice. It's a nice little assortment. Comes with a couple more battle line. I definitely think the Stormstrike Brotherhood is not a bad set here. But the main drawback being all the models are the old sculpts. Alright, and then next we have the starter sets. So Stormcast and kruleboyz are in all 3 of the starter sets. There's one for 50 bucks, one for 100 bucks, and one for $185. The 2 smaller ones come with a couple of guys and a little board and everything to start playing with. It gets like a little bigger obviously when you get the $100 one. And then this one comes with pretty nice size force for both, and then also a bunch of terrain. So you do get 4 big terrain pieces in here. You get the big, it's a soft cover but the full rule book. And then you get a bunch of Stormcast and a bunch of kruleboyz. And if you look at the Stormcast that come in the set, they're not bad. They're all new sculpts and none of them are redundant. But the truth is, in my opinion, the way to go is to buy Dominion. So if you buy the Dominion set, you can still pick them up for 50% off MSRP. So they were $200. They're $100 right now all over the internet. It's an absolute steal for this set. The only reason it's that cheap is just because Games Workshop made way too many of them. You get the big hard rulebook. You get both this army right here and then also a kruleboyz army. If you didn't check out the kruleboyz breakdown video, check that out because it's a really nice setup right there. But this army right here is pretty awesome. It comes with Yndrasta, who is 280 points, the Lord Imperatant for 175 with his little griffin, the Vexillor for 160 with the standard, and then we have the Lord Arcanum, the caster sort of mage for 155, and then 3 Praetors is 145 points, 3 of the Annihilators. Now this is the easy build kit, so you can only build them with the shields, as opposed to what comes in the Christmas box set. You have the option to go with the double hammers as well. Those are 180. So it's 180 for the Praetors, 2 squads of 5 or 10 total Vindictors, which are 130 points each. They are battle line also, so you have 2 more battle line in this set. So if you bought this set, total it all up, it's 1,355 points, which is pretty freaking nice for $100. Plus you have the kruleboyz, plus you have the starter. It's a really good deal. I cannot stress enough how amazing a deal the Dominion box is if you're interested in either of the 2 factions. So when it's all said and done, would you say multiples of this box? I would say no. Start collecting, yes. The caveat being that it's the old sculpts, and I think the new ones look way better. Age of Sigmar starters, yeah, they're not bad, but the truth is Dominion is the way to go. Dominion is really, really good. Great deal, especially at the discounted price, and again, loaded up with models. And if you combine this set with the Dominion set, you now have 2,555 points to 2,615 points. So essentially, you could trim like 500 to 600 points out of your collection and still have a 2,000 point game. You have completely legal army with more battle lines than you necessarily need, and pretty much meet every other requirement. You're going to have a good army. It's going to be fun. It's going to be durable, and it is a great starting army overall. That being said, if you were going to expand out on the range, to tell you the truth, there are so many choices depending on what you're going for. You may want something quick. You may want something big and beefy. My personal favorite is, if I was going to expand onto the Christmas set and the Dominion set, I would go with either Krondis or Karazai. It's the same kit, but it's that awesome dragon. It's one of my favorite models ever, and in my opinion, it would just be a shame to have an awesome Stormcast army without those big beefy dragons in it. So now you do have the Storm Great Guard, which are cool, but that's what I would go with. Now there's tons and tons of other choices, tons of good selections, depending on what you're trying to go for. If you want some awesome artillery, or you want some mounted like cavalry units, etc. But there's, again, just so much to choose from. You really got to just go through and figure out what you like. So that being said, if you were a new player, would I recommend going with this set? I would. I think this is probably, if not definitely, the best deal out there. The Kruleboy one is really nice. Again, the main appeal to this being, not only are the models all new, not only do they look awesome, but also you can get over 2,000 points for basically the price of this box, which is likely, $210 retail. Likely you can get it for about $170 or something like that. And then also Dominion for another 100. So if you say you get this for 170, you get Dominion for 100, you basically have everything you need to start playing Sigmar, including another force for your opponent to play with, at $270 roughly. Which is pretty freaking awesome for this many points, the big core rule book, all the other bonus stuff that comes with it. So when it's all said and done, I would definitely recommend this, especially for people that are interested in getting into the game. They're fun, they're strong, they're durable, they have a lot of rules, but they're easy to play, and all new model lines. So you really can't beat it. I absolutely love this set. I picked up this set myself. I also have Dominion, so I'm not just telling you guys, but I do the exact same thing as I'm telling you. And also, I did pick up Krondis, Karazai. I'm not sure which build I'm going with on that one, but I think this is as good a chance as any once I get the Thunderstrike Spearhead to go ahead and fill out my Stormcast, get everything built and painted and on the table. So that is it for today's video. If you enjoyed the breakdown, if you're interested in the other ones, make sure to check them out as well. If you want to see the price breakdown that we did also, I'll make sure to pin those videos up above. And then obviously, if you did enjoy today's video, if you got any value out of it, please make sure to like and subscribe. Really helps out the channel. It's absolutely free. Best way to show your support. If you're into daily videos, reactions, reviews, news, or you haven't checked out the playlist with painting, modeling, conversion tutorials, highly recommend you go check that out. And then obviously we do these videos on Warhammer 40,000, Kill Team, Necromunda, Age of Sigmar, Warcry, Horus Heresy, pretty much any of the Games Workshop tabletop games. But that's it for today. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. I am Warhammer Man. This is Warhammer Man Studios, and I'm out of here.